What is up, Renaissance crew? I'm the original Renaissance man, Devon DaVinci. You're watching DaVinci Reacts. Of course, that tag is only temporary. I've already told you guys this, so be sure to look for a new tag somewhere in the near future. And also, I told you guys my afro was temporary. As soon as I get a chance, I'm going to find someone that can metamorphosize it into the next form, I guess you could say. So at some point, I'll be holding a funeral for Aphrodite, and it would also be getting a new name when I change it. I will let you guys know that. Matter of fact, I might debut it on my Twitter page. So if you want to see what I look like after I finally change my hair, then follow me on Twitter at Devon_DaVinci. So not only will I be showing off my new hairstyle, but I'll also be debuting the name of my hair as well. It will get a new name. It will no longer be called Aphrodite, and it will be something else. So let's go ahead and get into this. This video is called The Ricky Gervais Show Insects Segment. Now, this video is about 22 minutes long. It was requested by Stool on, not Stool, but Stoll, like S-T-O-L-L, on YouTube. And I'm doing you a favor because normally I try to keep my videos between 5 to about 15 minutes. This is 22 minutes long, so it's very long. I probably won't have a chance to say too much before and after because my camera only records up to 30 minutes. I've told you guys this before. After that, it shuts itself off, and it doesn't notify me that it's turned off, so I'll just be talking and it'll just turn itself off, and I'll just lose a lot of the damn video. So I'm gonna go ahead and just react to this, and I might just have to wrap it up early. Normally I don't like doing that, but that might be the case. But let's go ahead and check this out.
For the past few years, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant, and Karl Pilkington have been meeting regularly.
He spilled the coffee.
Of pointless
it kind of
this
gets to me.
is one of them.
Testing. Is that right? Hello and welcome to the Ricky Gervais Show with me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant. Hello. And the little round-headed buffoon that is Karl Pilkington. We've been away filming in a sweltering London. About a heat wave here in the capital city, haven't we, Karl?
It's been hot, hasn't it?
Been up to 100 degrees, record-breaking temperatures.
Yeah.
What have you been doing, though?
Getting to see the place, having loads of walks, not like to walks. You know, watching what
Like a
people
dog. Yeah! When he jumps off the couch and starts scratching against the door, Suzanne thinks it's time.
It's just good thinking time, though, isn't it? As well, having a walk. You've got no other clutter going on around you. And you just think about a lot of stuff. And, you know, like you say, with the weather being hot and stuff, a lot of insects knocking about.
Right.
So I've just been watching them.
So while we've been filming, you've been watching insects?
Yeah, just seeing, because everybody knows insects are out there, but no one's keeping an eye on them.
What are they up to? What are you worried about?
Steve, you won't be laughing like that if you'd watch them, because they do some weird stuff and that, is what I mean.
What sort of stuff? Any examples?
I saw a bee have a heart attack.
You saw a bee have a heart attack.
Yeah.
How were you sure it was a heart attack?
Because what happened, I'd been...
Did it clutch its chest with all 6 legs?
No, just a little bee paramedics.
No, I'd just been out in the park anyway, just looking at, you know,
Bee had a heart
talking
attack.
about butterflies and stuff, so I was sort of...
So when Suzanne goes to work, she goes, Karl, don't you waste the day. I want you to do some constructive stuff.
But the thing is, so I'd been in the park and I was aware of the insects that are around us more than, like, most of the time. And I come out of the park, just crossing, like, sort of a busy road and what have you, and I saw this bee to the right of me, sort of in the air, and it was a big one, and I was a bit like, oh, let's watch that. And it just fell. It fell from the air in front of me, and it was on the pavement. I thought, oh, what's going on here? And I looked at it for a bit, and it was really still. Gave it a little kick, just to see if there was any movement. Nothing. Stone, sort of, what's the saying? Stone cold dead.
Yeah, stone cold bee dead.
So
yeah, I like
was...
the fact that this bee suddenly saw Karl and had a heart attack.
Yeah.
It'd never seen anything that round before. It just thought it approached him. He thought it was a sunflower.
My God, it's a giant walking orange. Every dream has come true.
It just summed up life for me. I thought that's like us, isn't it? At the end of the day, they have heart attacks, stress.
You put it down to stress, do you?
Well, it's in London, isn't it? You know, everything has stresses from living here.
And they are bald, aren't they? They've got fur all over, but they lose the...
I'm always overweight.
It was a fat, bald bee.
So what did you... It fell to the floor and you instantly... You just kicked it. You didn't attempt
No,
to
I waited a
revive
second
it.
and just looked at it to see if there was any, leg movement or wing. And there was nothing. And then when I sort of kicked it, it was sort of hard. It had hardened already. It was just...
Rigor mortis had
set in.
Did it put you in a bad mood for the day? Because I know things like that can just send you over the edge for the day.
Death and that does a bit. Suzanne doesn't like me talking about death.
What riveting conversations do you come up with?
No, just things like one of our mates has had a baby recently, and I just was saying, when that's sort of our age, we'll nearly be dead.
Think of that.
That's the first thing he says. There's a new life brought into the world. When he's our age, we'll be dead.
Yeah. Maybe they'll let you do the speech at the christening.
Well, yeah, I've been watching loads of stuff. I've been watching ants. You mentioned ants. But a lot of moths in the house. They're sort of sad.
I mean, you say it like it was a garden party.
Yeah, well, but all I'm saying is I look at more about what its life is like. Because if you watch something long enough, is what I'm saying, you can see that it's a bit clueless. It's the same way about ants. So, they're hard workers and all that. I watch one, it's going back and forth all the time. You go one way and then they stop and go the other way. They try to look busy in front of the mates. But if you watch one long enough, it's back and forwards and it's like it's done nothing there.
I'm going to carry this twig back and forth until I can knock off at 4.
There's a lot of that going on.
Is there?
Because there's none of that going on.
There is.
The ants
No,
just
like
trying
I said, the
to
moth. Depressing little...
procrastinate at work.
Why is it depressing?
I clock
It
out
hasn't
at
got eyes,
4,
does it?
so I'm just going to go ahead.
Just look at it. It doesn't know what's going on. I just don't... I think if you haven't got eyes, you shouldn't have wings.
That's a rule. If we could put that into practice, please.
That's a great rule. That's a fantastic rule, isn't it?
Yeah.
If you haven't got eyes, you shouldn't have wings.
I just was reading something about an octopus. That's like a killer octopus. And it annoyed me that this was knocking about now. Because I didn't know, I thought they were quite friendly. Whenever you see them in cartoons and that, they're always happy, aren't they? And then suddenly, like, they've sort of brought the whole sort of creature down. Do you know what I mean?
No, what do you mean?
Well, just when you see them in films, they're running about and that, and everybody likes an octopus. But this one that's on it was your fault really, because you told me about that frog that's going about killing people.
No, I didn't say that.
So I looked it up on the internet at like
Killer
other
frog.
creatures and stuff.
.com.
And there's some octopus that's in the sea, and what it does, you don't even have to like threaten it. It just spits in the water, and if that stuff gets on you, does you in.
Again,
So in a way, it's good knowledge because, I don't go in the sea anyway because it's full of stuff like that. But that's just reassured me that I'm doing the right thing. If they're knocking about, just gozzing everywhere, you don't even have to be near one. You don't even know if it's been spitting and stuff. It can kill you. It just seems unfair. I haven't harmed it. I haven't gone near it. Why is it getting annoyed with me? Doesn't seem right. So that's where a knowledge has not helped that octopus out. Because now, when you eat them, I just think, yeah, have another one. Do you know what I mean? Get rid of them.
another conversation with himself. Another conversation with himself. Okay, Carl, I'm just throwing it out, mate.
Pilkington
Tell me how
eats
weird
calamari.
it is.
It's an experience.
What bits annoy you? How you change it? Okay. A crab.
I would have changed it.
Yeah. Does it annoy you? Do you think it's weird?
They are weird, but they're at that size where they can get away with it.
Yeah, it suits them. Okay, good.
Would it change anything? In a way, what you're saying about things not working, he can't walk forwards. So why hasn't something happened? Why haven't they said, do you know what, these arms are too clumsy. We need to have them so they can slot away easier, and we can pull them out when we need them, instead of clumping around with them. Because they do struggle. You see them struggling with their arms. Yet they're still here, they're still doing that, they're still designed that way.
What's the weirdest animal? So you think the octopus is the weirdest animal on Earth?
Yeah.
Why is it any weirder than a dog?
Because it couldn't be further away from us. A dog has got human eyes. If a jellyfish had a pair of eyes like ours, I probably wouldn't worry about him that much. But like I said to you, it's that way that they haven't got eyes, they're floating about. I can handle some fish. They look like they've got eyes. You can make eye-to-eye contact with them.
When are you
A jellyfish, what are you looking at? It's a snidey thing, like I've said to you. you can see a lot in eyes. Do you know what I mean? They say don't trust him. Why? It's his eyes. Jellyfish haven't even got any, and I don't trust them. In terms of design and everything, and if you lined everything up, say if I'd come from another planet and everything was lined up in a row, and they said, right, we're going to give you a crash course in what's knocking about on this planet.
Yeah.
And you go, right, go on then. And you go, this is man, here's a woman, here's a dog, here's a cat, here's an octopus, here's a... I go, hang on a minute, what is this? Say if everything was at the same size as us, what would be the best thing to be? Say like a tarantula.
Yeah.
And a tiger. What would happen there?
A 15-stone tiger versus a 15-stone tarantula.
Yeah.
Well, I'd imagine a 15-stone tarantula.
Right, so it's just weird that, innit? It's a good job that they're small. Yet things are getting bigger because we're messing with the world.
But it's a ridiculous thing to say, isn't it? Because what would it eat? 15 stone. The biggest you'll find is like a foot-long beetle or something. Really
It's big though, isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah, and that's about as big as they get.
He's
I
gonna
wouldn't
kill
worry
that.
about it.
Again, based on nothing, he queries
It's not-
you.
But it's
That
like
restriction.
fish, innit? How they say about a goldfish.
Yeah.
That thing about a woman who went on holiday and stuck it in a bath. She came back, it was 7 foot.
Right, that didn't happen.
No, that's a well-known thing about
No, it's not
goldfish.
one
When's
thing.
what?
I'll tell you why. Because a fish will only grow to its surroundings anyway. So
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
you have
Just-
to put it in a bigger tank.
Yeah, in a bath.
No, a 7-foot fish in a bath, it just fit the bath exactly, did it?
When she got back off holiday,
Don't talk shit.
It's
What
a
was it
well-known-
eating? What was it eating?
How long was she gone for? 2 million years?
yeah. She went to Mars and back.
Ted, you're not going to believe this. Come up here.
well, how many fish do you see that have naturally died? It's always been caught by a man or a shark set it. You don't just see dead fish washed up, do you?
Well, most things that don't die of old age.
Yeah, that's weird though, isn't it?
Well, no, because it's a jungle out there.
No, worse than the sea. The sea is like full of... you've got an enemy around every rock.
I love it! I love it! I love it's like a warning to crabs
Exactly.
and young squid. It's like the policeman that comes into your school.
Yeah. Carl, have you ever seen the programme Inside the Actors Studio?
Oh, yeah, I used to love that show.
James Lipton interviews famous actors.
You know,
Gives
James Lipton
them
used to be a
words
pimp.
of advice about how they work and how they act. But at the end, he always asks a series of questions, which is based on a French
Bitch,
series of questions
better
that a guy called Bruno
have
Pivot used
my
to give people when he interviewed them. So I'm going to ask you some of these questions. Just interesting to see what your response is. And, answer them quickly. You don't have to think about them too much. What is your favourite curse word?
I don't think I've got one. Knobhead. That sums everything up, and I think it's...
But you wouldn't call your nan a knobhead, would you? What would you call
I'd
a
say
nan?
fuck, mainly because it's so versatile. It
knobhead's
can use it
alright,
in any
innit? 'Cause
situation.
She sort of
And I
gets
like
it.
to throw it
It's one of the
around
things that
whenever I'm
everybody
playing a game
understands,
and
but it's
I'm
not too
losing.
offensive.
Right.
What a knobhead.
What would you do though if you were swimming, right? It was a nice little thing, you're on holiday, right? And there's this octopus there, and you're going around, right? And you just see it start spitting at you. Poison. What would you say to it?
well, it's too late then, isn't it? I'd take it.
It's just too late now.
I'd say knobhead. I would, but what's the point? What's the point in getting annoyed now? Because it's done its stuff on it.
He's kicking and calling it a knobhead under the water. What is this octopus thinking? Oh, God. Oh, okay, you fucking 8-legged shit.
I'm not bothered. I don't know what you're saying.
Fucking cunt of a mollusk.
I just spit at you.
It's funny because none of them seem
You
angry.
slimy little fucking
Even when they're trying to
boneless
sound angry, they don't
wanker.
seem
This is
angry.
why the face
Are you
is
still
good.
talking to the octopus?
Oh, I don't believe he's only going to run it down the...
That jingle, of course, signifies another reading from Karl Pilkington's diary. We went to the park and had a brew. Suzanne read the paper while I played with the ladybird. I mean, it's like...
It seems like Ricky Gervais and his friend are like Dennis Miller and Karl Pilkington is Joe Dirt. It's like it seems like just invited him in, just like just tell us your
struggled on
story.
your hairs.
This is in detail then.
Yeah. It kept stopping every now and then and was rubbing its head with its right arm. It did it about 4 times and always used its right arm. It rested for about 5 minutes, then flew off. Sunday. Had a bit of a to-do with Suzanne because she wanted a lie-in today. I ate this. Once you're awake, you should get up. I got up and put the radio on really loud. She eventually got up. I told her insects don't have lions, so we shouldn't.
Why are you obsessed with insects?
You must be fucking unbearable to live with. You must be a nightmare.
No, I've just started, because I've watched insects a lot, I don't want to keep going on about them because we're a bit insect heavy. But at the end of the day, if we copied insects, we wouldn't go far wrong.
I don't know what you mean, though. 1 minute you're saying they're great, then the next minute you'll slag them off.
Yeah, I'll slag some of them off if I don't know what they're doing, but because I've studied them a bit longer, I just think they do.
You
it
haven't
right.
studied them,
He
though.
thinks he's like Darwin.
But you just slagged them off and again. Don't you think that insects are doing stuff they're not? It
Yeah,
goes there, then
ants.
it goes back again.
The ant was messing about, but only that one. The others were carrying stuff. That's what I'm saying. These snidey ones in everything, everything in the world, you get a hierarchy.
Oh, long words!
Ooh. Some new sea thing has been found.
That's the headlines on the news.
It wasn't found by sea experts, it was found on eBay. Someone was selling it for $5. I don't see the point in buying something that you don't know what it is.
What do you mean? What do you mean? It was.
Someone's found some sort of shell with a thing living in it.
Right.
They thought, oh, I've never seen one of these before, I can flog it on eBay. Someone bought it and then wanted to look after it, went to some sea expert and they said, oh, I don't know what that is. That's the story. It's just weird how stuff's being found on eBay.
No, it wasn't found on eBay, though, was it?
Yeah, but that's where the specialist people sort of picked up on it. It's just weird that... I mean, all I was saying is I wouldn't want one. If you don't know how to... If it's a new creature, you don't know what makes it happy. When you get a kitten, you go, stroke its head, loves it, right? And you can do that knowing that it's liking it. If I had a little seashell and you go, does it sit in water? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? You could end up doing more damage. So that's why I wouldn't want it. It's nice to have rules in it. It's nice to know what you're doing with something.
Well, as you write in the diary, it's like if an alien landed and wanted to live with you. As much fun as it might sound, it wouldn't be long before you got annoyed with it because it wouldn't eat the food you gave it.
That's what I'm saying, but I couldn't have a go at it because it might not like pasta.
Everyone likes pasta.
It is so specific.
Wow.
Woke up to some interesting news. It's good when this happens because it sets me up for the day ahead. If it's miserable news, it affects my day. It said on the news that they have found 2 new flies.
Fucking hell, more insects! What have you done? Is that what you've done this summer?
Bong. Trouble in the Middle East. Bong. 2 new flies found.
Ladybird climbs up arm.
They were found in the UK and they were found close to each other. Maybe this happened because they were different than the other flies and weren't expected to hang about together, so that's why they knocked about with each other.
That would happen, wouldn't it?
What do you mean?
It's 2 new flies.
What do you mean? Does it mean there are 2 new flies that are a different species?
Yeah, 2 new species, and they found them close to each other, right?
Yeah,
and
but they didn't mean there was one of each.
No, yeah, they did. They found 2 different ones.
No.
No, they have. Seriously, I know that. That's right. That's a fact. So you've got, like, I don't know the names of them. They give them odd names, don't they? But say
Yeah.
you call it A and Fly B, right?
Yeah.
Fly A, I don't know. Say that's orange.
This is just...
B.
Lively, yeah.
This is painful.
No, but
This
I'm
is
just
painful.
making it easy.
But Fly B
Okay.
wears a little hat. He's got a little hat.
Right, yeah, fine. Now, they found the orange one. I went, look at this over there. This is a bit weird. And they've gone, oh, that's a new species. Log it, whatever. And then the other one went, whoa, 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 keep your pen handy. Look at this one, it's got a hat on. So then they found them both within the same distance.
I don't know what that sentence
Keep
means.
going.
They
No,
found
let
them
him try and
both.
finish.
They found them both within the same distance.
But without interrupting him, let him finish this point.
Let me just make one thing clear. Karl Pilkington just said they found them both within the same distance. Think of that!
Don't know what it means, but go on, let him finish this point.
So what I mean is, they weren't knocking about with other normal houseflies because they were probably sort of going, oh, he's a bit weird. Leave it. Yeah, because the other one was also odd. They're hanging about with each other. Don't you understand that? Why is that such an odd concept?
Because you think of it as like 2 little new kids.
Has
in
Karl
school.
Pilkington ever
They're
like
both new and
broke
they've got
and
something
like?
in common.
They're both goths. So
Yeah.
they don't hang
Well,
out
the wrestling
together.
term is corpsed. Has he ever
this was on the
laughed
news, wasn't
like
it? Yeah,
when
it's
he
right,
isn't
yeah.
supposed to?
I know if I look into that story, it would be 90% wrong.
Bit tired today because didn't get to sleep as early as I wanted due to a moth getting in the bedroom.
Another insect.
I got it in a glass and looked at it for a bit and then let it go because Suzanne wanted to go to sleep. Looked up some interesting news. Some people dug up an old body in Ireland. Turns out it's well old and was here when dinosaurs were here. The really weird bit is it had hair gel in its hair.
Right, what is it?
Fella,
Well, no, it wasn't around when dinosaurs were here then.
just a bit after.
Right, fine. A lot after, yeah, go on.
It's not the age bit, that's amazing. It's the fact of there's a fella, won't have even had shoes on his feet,
Right.
and yet he was worried about his hairstyle.
Right, well, that's definitely not true either.
There was a man on the radio doing poetry, says Karl in his diary. I thought I'd have a go at doing a poem about today.
Not really. Steve, I'm a little bit queasy. He hasn't really written a poem.
He's written a small poem.
No, he hasn't really.
Yes. If moths had eyes...
Fuck me!
Let me read the poem, okay?
Oh, fuck.
You wouldn't interrupt T.S. Eliot.
Okay. Oh, okay.
If moths had eyes, would they be happier? How do they know they're not dead? Cavemen hunting for food, but not before they style the hair on their head. What would last longer in dinosaur times? A blind man didn't stand a chance. Not with all them rocks about. I'd rather be a blind moth.
Right. It may be the greatest poem ever written.
Creative
Can we
decision
have,
for
can we
that.
have Karl
he
read that?
brought it
Sorry,
back and connected it.
Just you read it as you would like to. So this is, imagine this, right? Okay. This is going out all over the world. And now, Karl Pilkington, a new poet from Manchester, now living in London, England, would like to read a poem.
If moths had eyes, would they be happier? How do they know they're not dead? Cavemen hunting for food, but not before they style the hair on their head. What would last longer in dinosaur times? A blind man didn't stand a chance. Not with all them rocks about. I'd rather be a blind moth.
Genius.
Genius. It was going to rhyme. He said it like it was going to rhyme. Oh, God.
No,
It's amazing.
I think he feels as though the final line, I'd rather be a blind moth, is going to be one of those great, a summation that somehow the moth is a metaphor, the caveman.
There's no metaphor in that. He really does mean he'd rather be a blind moth.
Yeah, well, I'm just because I've looked at the day's news.
Are you getting into poetry now, properly?
I really like it, yeah. Right, I did 2 about jellyfish.
Excellent.
I don't like jellyfish. They're not a fish, they're just a blob. They don't have eyes, fins or scales like a cod. They float about blind, stinging people in the seas. And no one eats jellyfish with chips and mushy peas. Get rid of them. And then there's just a short one I did about jellyfish. It would be spiteful to put jellyfish in a trifle.
So Scott Pilkington was somehow the leader of the world.
That's really good.
He would have put a genocide against insects and jellyfish.
He's done us this, Steve.
Yeah.
That's a really good poem. Can we always do that, Karl? Can we always find a day, right, and always sum it up in your thoughts, a poem, just like that? It would be spiteful to put jellyfish in a trifle.
Yeah, that was funny. I'm gonna have to check out some more of these. This is kind of like I think it's a shorter version. There was another video in here that was like 44 minutes. I didn't really have a lot of time to react to that. Let me go ahead. Okay, I'm still a little bit good on time. Yeah, I watched a video called Karl Pilkington making Ricky Gervais laugh, and for anybody that saw it, it didn't have any context to it. It was like one of those compilations where he would say like 2 words and then Ricky would start laughing, and it just like kept doing that with each scene. And if you watch the show and watch like them interact a lot, I'm sure you can get a lot out of it. But I just didn't really understand where it was coming from. So watching this let me know what type of dynamic the two have and their chemistry and everything. So it lets me know like what his style is, because I couldn't pick up his style. I knew that he like didn't like Ricky would just start busting out laughing and he would have this look like, what's so funny? So I didn't really get what was going on, but now I kind of understand it. They kind of look at him as like an anomaly. Karl Pilkington is just so fascinating. I just want to learn what makes him tick. And then when he says something, it's like, really? That okay? That really? That okay? Yeah. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. I'm gonna go check out some more Ricky Gervais show clips. I hope you guys enjoyed it as well. Again, if you happen to have a request, I usually have a ticker at the top that explains everything. Usually like around the first 30 seconds of the video, I try to have it go by. It explains that if you have a reaction requests, make sure you leave it in the comment section with the word #DaVincireacts, all one word, no space. And that is what I would use to filter out my request from my normal comments. So if you don't have that in there, it will get overlooked. And also, if you happen to have a question for me, because sometimes I do videos called Ask DaVinci, in which case I'll answer questions from the Renaissance crew. And if you have a question for me, you can leave #AskDaVinci, same way, no spaces or anything like that, in the comment section. Or you can send it to me on Twitter, or you can send an email to me at dtproductions2k@gmail.com. But if you're going to leave an email, make sure that it's only two things. It can only be an Ask DaVinci question, which could be, I guess, like a personal question. Usually people send me like personal questions on my email because they want us to remain anonymous. Or if it's like some type of business inquiry or something like that. But so no requests go to the email. Requests get deleted. You send my request to Twitter or YouTube. Anyway, that's been this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share. Let me know what other segments I should get into because this one's funny. And I like to get your recommendations before I go and look for something else, because you never know, you might run into one that isn't as good and it would kind of destroy your impressions of the show. So make sure you guys recommend like really good ones that you want me to check out. And that's pretty much it. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign out now. I got a couple more videos I want to try to react to, and if I have enough time, I might be able to get a live stream out today. By the time you're watching this, the stream would have been over if I did do it. So it should be archived on my channel in case you want to check it out. Anyway, I'm the original Renaissance man, Devon DaVinci, signing out. Deuces.